Hello and welcome. This is the question 3 for Edexcel's S1 June 2011. Now, first of all, we're given this table, okay? Basically, it's a probability distribution table. Function or whatever, probably not got the name right, but you get the idea. Okay, so we've got values of y of 1, 2, 3 and 4, obviously, and basically there's p bracket probability of y equaling little y. Basically it's a probability of each one of these outcomes, okay, but we're not actually told all of them, okay, so we're obviously told that the probability of y being 1 is equal to a. Now a is obviously between 0 and 1, okay, because obviously it can't be greater than 1, it can't be greater than 0.7, but for obvious reasons. Anyway, we're told that the probability of y being 2 is equal to b. The probability of that y is 3, well, we're actually told that, that's 0.3. And the probability of y being 4 is c. Oh, sorry, I think I missed that little section on the table actually. Yeah, I have, I do apologise. Okay, so we're also told this fy. Now this fy is a cumulative frequency. Okay, and the second word that we're told is 0.1, 0.5, and then d, and obviously 1. Now, what we're asked to do here is find the values of a to d. I mean, they couldn't have come up with any other letters, could they? Anyway, right, so how can we pick this up? Well, what we're going to do is, I'm going to build it up slowly, sort of, and we'll work out A, we'll work out B, and then we'll work out D, and we'll work out C. So going from left to right, working them out. Now in the exam it does come up with a different equation to start with, but I think this is the best one. You don't need to come up with any equation, you can just use logic by working out the individual bits of this probability distribution table. Okay, basically this fy means a cumulative frequency, cumulative probability, fy, which means all the probabilities up to that point are equal to x amount, okay? So at 1, the total probability of y being up to 1 is 0.1, okay? And because there's nothing on the left hand side of that, well, it's the probability of a plus nothing, okay? Because we're not adding anything, it's just the probability of a, because we're at 1, and the probability of y being 1 is a. And so therefore the total probability at that point is 0.1. So therefore we can say a is equal to 0.1 straight away. Now, as I said, the cumulative probability is just adding the probabilities, okay? So basically, f of 2, which means the probability that y is less than or equal to 2, okay? So it's the probability of 1 plus the probability of 2, okay, is 0.5. So that means a plus b is equal to 0.5. Because the probability of probability of 1 plus probability of 2 is equal to 0.5, but we know the probability of 1 can be changed to a, and the probability of 2 can be changed to b. Now we know what a is, we've just worked it out. Okay, so we can replace a in that situation with 0.1. So therefore, 0.1 plus b is 0.5, and it's quite obvious to you and me that b therefore is 0.4. Okay, so we've got a and b already. Now D, well that's, again, it might be a little more complicated. Now personally, the reason I say that is because they put C there, okay? And you would naturally, using this idea, you would work out D first, okay? Well, as I said, the cumulative probability is the total probabilities up to and including that point, okay? So we know A is 0.1 and B is 0.4, so that's 0.5, okay? And then we add another 0.3 on. So basically what we're doing is 0.5 plus 0.3, so that's what D is equal to. It's 0.5 plus 0.3 is equal to 0.8, okay? And therefore, to get from 0.8, we add C to get to 1, okay? So in other words, it's D plus C is equal to 1. We know D is 0.8, so it's 0.8 plus C is equal to 1, so therefore C is equal to 0.2. And we say D plus C is equal to 1 because, well, D is 0.8, is the total probability that y is less than 3, okay? And we know that is 0.8, and what we need to do, the only other probability that exists that's greater is C, and that must get us to a total probability of 1, as it tells us anyway now, because obviously the range, everything, we can't do something that's impossible, okay? You can't have a probability of something that you can't get. So all the probabilities that we have must add up to give us 1. Okay, so obviously, that's what I told you, but basically we need to add something to D, or 0.8, to get probability of 1, which is obviously 0.2, so that's why that's a shorthand of what we did there. Okay, so we've got all our values of D 0.8, C is 0.2, B is 0.4, and A is 0.1. Now, in their answer, the exam answer, what they did is the first thing they did was do A plus B plus 0.3 plus C is equal to 1. Rearrange that so you get A plus B plus C is equal to 0.7, which I think, well, you're just going to faff around trying to find individual values. And that's way too weird for me. That method, it really tests your understanding of the function. If you can understand the function, you don't need to faff around. Because we could make all that equal to 1, but then you just end up doing this bit anyway and subbing it into that equation. So basically, you'd just be creating more work for yourself than you need to do, which obviously is pointless. Okay, so, and the lazy people that are out there probably watching this video who probably don't want to do that. So that's a shorter way that I would go about doing it. And kill me in the foot if... kill me in the foot, but you get the idea if I've just said along the way. But basically I couldn't be bothered reading it, so you get the idea. Part B. So that was really the toughest bit of this question. Well, maybe the next bit is, but as I said, the next bit's really just about thinking. Okay, so what we're asked to do is to find the probability that 3y plus 2 is greater or equal to 8. Now, obviously, it's not y. Well, basically, we don't have the probability of 3y plus 2. We only have the probability of y. Okay, so we need to rearrange this to get the probability of y being greater than something. Okay, so if you do that, it's the probability of 3y, and you take away 2 from both sides. That's obviously 6. And then what you do is rearrange that so you get y on its own, so probability that y is greater than 6 over 3, or y is greater than 2, and you work that out. Well, the probability that y is greater than or equal to 2. Okay? And if it's greater than or equal to 2, what you do is you do the probability of, so your probability of 2, 3 and 4 added together, or, because there's only 1, 2, 3 or 4, it's the probability of y being, it's 1 take the probability of y being less than or equal to 2. Okay? Which is obviously 1 take 1 take 0.1, or basically the answer is 0.9. Okay, because if it's y is greater than or equal to 2, it's probability of 2, probability of 3, plus probability of 4, which we know is b, plus 0.3 plus c, and we know b to be 0.4, so it's 0.4 plus 0.3, adds, plus c, which is 0.2, so it's 0.4 plus 0.3 plus 0.2, which obviously gets you 0.9. Okay, so I've kind of explained a few different ways of getting to that answer. But really, that was a nice and simple question. Maybe, as I said, on the mark scheme, they made part A a little bit too tricky. But that's just to mess with your brains here. When you go into the exam, you'll fail. Because obviously that's what the exams all want you to do. They're not actually interested in people learning anything, they just want to see people fail. So, try and upset them. Okay, so thanks for watching, and hopefully that's been of some help to you. If you would like me to redo that video, please do let me know. It's pretty set on all my videos, because I'm likely to make a mistake. I'm not a genius, even though I look like it, and obviously I'm one. We all make mistakes, so please do. As I said, I've double checked them answers are definitely right. So I'm saying that, bringing it up. You probably weren't that nervous before, but I bet you are now. Anyway, I'll shut up before I say something I probably shouldn't do. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, which hopefully should be question 4, if you're not bored enough.